Hi, welcome to the Skint Woodworker. My name's Dave. In the last one we looked at the absolute minimum of tools that you can get away with and still be able to make things. In this one I want to look at wood, basically. Where to get it? Do I buy it? Do I scrounge it? Do I look in skips? Do I use pallets? The thing really is, if you can afford it, fine. Go out to either a big box store or a builder's merchant, a DIY store, or it might simply be a proper timber merchant's. It doesn't really matter. But what do you do if you can't afford to go out and buy new timber? Because timber is not exactly cheap. And so in this, we're going to look at salvaged wood. We're going to look at pallets and things like that to make our first projects. These may even be projects that you can then sell to earn a little bit more money to either buy some tools or to buy some pristine timber. The main things is everybody talks about using pallet wood, and that's fine, but pallet wood does come with a few problems. It's not generally free for nothing. Now, certain pallets you'll notice, if you see a stack of them by a factory outlet or somewhere like that, some of them will be painted. They'll be painted either red or green or blue. Those pallets are generally recycled, and the companies involved paint their pallets a particular colour so they're easily identified. What I would say is leave those pallets alone. Don't bother with them. They're generally constructed very robustly so they can be used over and over again, which also means they're extremely difficult to take apart. Plus the fact they're covered in whatever colour paint. You're better off looking for the ones that look like plain timber. They're probably a little bit thinner and a little bit sort of generally flimsier because they usually have been designed for one-off use. Not all of them, but a lot of them. But what you must do before you're taking any pallets or any wood out of a skip or any timber off a building site that looks like bits that have been left on the floor is ask whoever is on that site, ask whoever owns that skip, is it okay? Could I have that piece of timber? Most people will say, yes, help yourself, it's fine, take whatever you want. But you must ask first. It's really important that you do that. Anyway, I've already broken down a number of pallets, but I've saved one that we're going to break down together because it's not as easy as it may appear. And sometimes you need to buy tools in order to take it apart. And then you've got to ask yourself the question, is it worth doing that? Or are there any little workarounds where we don't need to go out and buy an expensive crowbar or something like that? Now, I've got a crowbar here somewhere. There we go. That's not the biggest one you can buy by any stretch of the imagination, but it's quite hefty. But what happens if you haven't got a crowbar? How can you work around that problem? So we'll take a look at that as well. But first of all, I've got a pallet there. Now, I realise that most of you won't have workshops, you won't have a workbench. You don't need those. You just need somewhere to be able to dismantle it. I'm going to do it on the bench because I live next to a primary school and the kids are about to come out of school and they'll be making a bit of a noise. So I'm not going to do it out on the patio, although it is actually a nice sunny day out there. So here's our pallet. I'm just going to move the camera down a bit and then you can get a better look at it. Right, there we are. Now this is a fairly lightweight pallet. The nails aren't particularly big, and it's been reasonably lightly constructed. There appears to be only a couple of nails in each of these joints, although that's maybe a liar, there's 3 in that one. But that shouldn't prove to be too difficult a problem. The nails here in particular will be a shorter nail because there's only 2 thin pieces of wood there. The nails here in the corners and in the middle will be a longer nail. So those will be harder to take apart. But what we can do is, if we haven't got a crowbar like this, what's the workaround? Well, the workaround is the length of wood and a few scraps of wood as well. So let's just grab those and then get back to it. Okay, we've got our pallet. I've got a few scraps of wood here, and I've got a bigger piece of wood here that was just literally lying around. It's a bit of old oak actually. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use these scraps of wood and this piece of wood to actually prise this apart. And if you remember back in your days when you had to do physics at school, it's all about levers. If I turn this round that way, can you see better there what I'm actually doing? Turn it like that. I put this piece of wood underneath there on its edge, and I've got this piece that'll just fit in there. I'm going to literally lever up, whoops, and down. I could probably do with an extra piece, but I'm wedging it between the slats. And this one is being particularly stubborn. And actually, in fact, the bottom ones come away there. Now this is a good example. Sometimes when you're trying to do this, you end up destroying the very thing you're trying to get. Let's try getting another block under there as well. Now that one is not going to come out. So what do? We can't get this one out. It's just literally breaking it all apart. So one simple solution is we take our saw and we literally just cut through this slat. And there we go. Now we've got that and we can move that one. So we can move on to the next one, and hopefully this one will behave itself and we'll be able to lever this one up quite nicely. Let's see if we can get a piece of wood in there. Sometimes it helps to have pieces of scrap wood lying around. Actually, I want that piece. So we can lever that up there in the first place in order to get right underneath this. We want to get as close to the nails as we can and then start to lever, and it is coming, but as you can see it's been really stubborn. And this is the downside of pallets. But here's the question, do we need it to be this long? Or would a piece that long be long enough for our project? The projects I've got in mind, short pieces will be absolutely fine. So what we can simply do is take our saw in fact, just make it easier, I'll take that block out. I'm not worried about cutting it absolutely dead square. That doesn't matter. There we go. Then I've got my first piece. And that piece has come out at 19 inches or 480 millimeters. And that will be fine for some of the projects I've got in mind. Now I can work my way through each of those slats and just cut them. But you may find that the ones in the middle that use the shorter nails may well literally lever apart. And we can use this piece of wood. Put that underneath there, like so. Take a little scrap of wood, put our block underneath, and this time we can get that one up. Move it to the centre, our block of wood again. There we go again, and there we go. Now we've got a full length of timber. So those intermediate ones, we can get two nice long ones out of that, and we'll get the shorter ones out of the other bits. And then we can cut these sections out as well. They've got nail holes in, and we can take it from there. But one other thing is, as you take each slat off, because we've levered this one up, we've got nails to deal with. And I would advise that you get your hammer and tap these back through on each of these. If they're a bit bent over, straighten them up first. Oops. Flip it round. Do the same again. And you'll notice I'm not using any special vise or anything to do this. I'm using the pallet itself. I could be doing this down on the floor. It doesn't have to be on a workbench. There we go. And then having done that, we can then use our claw hammer and pull out all these nails. There we go. Get those last two. And there we are. We've now got a piece of wood. One other thing to bear in mind is check these for any staples or other random nails, and also particularly the ones that were on the bottom of the pallet down here that would have been sat on tarmac or gravel or whatever, that there's no stones embedded in the bottom of them before you use them for anything. Okay, so let's get all our timber together and then we'll move on to a project. But that is basically how you dismantle a pallet. But as you can see, even on a bench, just using a few blocks of wood, yes, you can get them apart. But even I, who've done a lot of these, in fact I did 6 before I even tackled this one, sometimes you struggle with them, but that's okay. This timber is free timber, but you do have to work to get it. That's the only downside of pallets, basically. You do have to work to get the timber. Sometimes one other little trick is with something like that, if you're wondering what that bang was, my workshop has an overhanging oak tree, and it's that time of year when the acorns start to fall, and every now and again one lands on the roof light and it makes a real clatter. Anyway, back to this. If you've got the slats like that, you can quite often lever them up simply by doing that. Doesn't work every time, but it does work. There we go. So that one came up nice and easy. Again, need to take the nails out before we do anything else, because these are rusty nails. You don't want to be getting cuts off rusty nails, otherwise it'll be a trip to A&E to get yourself a tetanus jab, and you don't want to be doing that. Okay, I've cut the rest of the pallet up. I've de-nailed everything. I've just got this one, but I've left this one just for a second because you can see just how long those nails are, and they are quite beefy. Well, let's just get a scrap of wood. sometimes when they're all bent like this, they will tend to bend over. And if that's the case, you may need, if I can find a pair of pliers, just to straighten them out a bit. You can, if you've got wire cutters, snip them off and just leave sort of 20 mil or so sticking out, and they're easier to tap back out. But it's a bit specialist to have those kind of wire snippers, so I'm assuming you won't have any of those. Let's get those. But you can see just how long that nail actually is. Right, so there's our wood. We've got two very long pieces, which I put off to one side because I don't need those right now. Those can come in for a later project. Okay, we've got our stack of wood. Oops, right, that's better. I've got some short lengths, like this, just little pieces, more acorns falling on the roof. I've got some medium-sized pieces, one random slightly longer piece, and then I've got two full lengths, which are about, can't remember, I think they were 1.2 metres long. But those are enough to make little projects from. And what we're going to make in the next session is a bird cage. Sorry, not a bird cage. What we're going to make in the next session is a bird box. And in fact, you could actually make a series of them. So stick with me. Don't forget to give us a like, leave a comment, click on the notification bell, and if you aren't already, please subscribe. That would be a massive help. Can't wait to see you again. I'm Dave, and this is the Skin Woodworker, trying to make life easier for you. Okay, bye now.